Hibs are falling apart again, and they were the architect of their own downfall as Celtic become the last team to make it into the quarter-finals of the Premier Sports Cup. Welcome back to Fog Football. We'll have the draw reaction very soon, but let's talk about Celtic Hibs, shall we? Right, it wasn't exactly a carbon copy of the game last week at Easter Road, but it was quite similar in the sense of Hibs started alright. I don't even think they didn't really start alright last week, but what happened last week? Early Celtic goal, immediately, right? Maida makes it 1-0. It's just too easy. Hatate down the right, whips it across into Maida, no one marking him, pokes it into the back of the net. We have seen Celtic score these goals a million times before. Hibs also, I think Jariah Welsh got picked up a yellow pretty much like a minute and a half into the game. Not good running the tightrope, but it didn't really affect them, if we're being honest. Celtic, though, after this goal, great goal, right? We've seen it a million times, this Celtic team. The winger whips it in with pace. It doesn't necessarily need to be the winger, but someone from a wide position whips it in. Maida, Kyogo, whoever, an attacking midfielder just pokes it into the back of the net. And you know what? For like the next 15 minutes, they could have scored like another two at three of these. But some decent saves, decent blocks for Hibs defending. But then Michael Stewart's talking about, right, Hibs are awful at the back. The two centre-backs don't really know what they're doing. Ball played over the top. Can't even remember who the ball was played from. It's the Maida. Goalkeeper comes out. Gets in. I mean, it's not the goalkeeper's fault per se, because the Hibs defender's awful, right? Absolutely awful. Maida just pokes it past both of them as the Hibs and the Hibs goalie and defender collide into each other. Maida pokes it past both of them. He makes it 2-0. It's like, right, what is even the point of watching this game? But then Hibs, the half an hour mark hits, and they get a free kick. Carter Vickers, there was really no need for what he did here. Just stuck his dome into the back of another guy. Hibs get a free kick. You're thinking, right, Hibs need to score this if there's any hope whatsoever. And what happens? Hibs score it. Miko, whatever you pronounce it. It's whipped in. It's a bullet header, and it flies into the back of the net. Absolutely great header, great cross, but it's the only thing the Hibs did in the entire match that was great, right? Did they grow into it after this? Yeah, they got into the box so many times, but just didn't know how to release the ball for their feet. Honestly, embarrassing. But it's like, right, they get in at half-time, 2-1. We get in immediately for half-time. Cadden has a shot saved, right? Kasper Schmeichel, easy save. And it's like, how easy of a season's Kasper Schmeichel going to have this year, man? I know, right, he's played 2 games against Hibs, yada, 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 all that malarkey, right, brilliant. But it's like, the guy is barely having to make saves, and when he does, it's like straight down the middle of the goal. It's embarrassing. Hibs are then passing around at the back. We've seen them be very weak at the back when doing this. They've either put it out for throw-ins or just gave it straight to Celtic. But straight back to the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper tries to play it out to his left centre-back, and he boots it off Nicholas Kuhn, and it trickles into the back of the net, right? See, from the period where Hibs made it 2-1 up to this, the game was about even, right? And Celtic didn't really play that good in the second half. Yeah, they created a few more opportunities, but it's like, if Hibs just kept it at 2-1, Celtic Park would have got a bit anxious. Maybe Hibs could have done something. But this just killed the game. Absolutely horrendous mistake to make. Just no need. Just absolutely no need. And I know what it's like when your team makes a horrendous mistake like this against Celtic and fucking bottles 3 points or something in the cup. Seems to happen on a regular occurrence. I'm seeing it all too often, but embarrassing for Hibs, man. You just need to avoid doing this. Celtic are good enough. You don't need to be gifting them goals, and that's exactly what this is, man. A gift. They wrapped it up with a bow on top. Adea then come on for James Forrest. Clapped. Brilliant. He made a few good runs, but was pretty unlucky, to be honest, not to add to the score. And the game finished 3-1. I say the game finished 3-1. There is 2 minutes to go, but I needed to review this game a tad early because of the Premier Sports Cup draw. I don't want it to overlap because I want to get like a live reaction to that, get it straight up on the channel. So yeah, brilliant. But yeah, it's going to finish 3-1. There's literally not long to go. Celtic Park is emptying, and Hibs are just pish, but you've seen in spells today that if Hibs can click, they won't get relegated. I'm seeing a lot of talk about them potentially getting relegated, right? But in the other spells, they're awful, man. There's no two ways about it. They're awful. Like Celtic didn't even need to really try the day to open them up, man. I mean, the third goal is a disgrace. The second one is just comical defending, and the first one is just Celtic being far more alert and far more awake to what's happening around them. And that's exactly what happened. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it here on Fog Football for your Premier Sports Cup review. Not much drama to report. I mean, there could have been a penalty for Celtic in the first half, but it was never a penalty. Went to Fiat. Jesus Christ. Heisenberg over here. It went to VAR, but it was never a penalty, man. It was a corner kick, and the Hibs goal was level. Near enough level, so yeah, well, I mean, I say near enough level before, but Michael Stewart was right. He's like, what are we looking for? To give us kneecap as offside or something, but that's what VAR does. But he was just onside. You know, it made the game alive for a wee period, but overall, Celtic still getting the job done relatively easy. 3-1.